They're sly, and they are out of your home in seconds. We're talking about burglars. And if we are going to move Albuquerque forward, we have to give homeowners like you a fighting chance to protect your valuables.
According to Albuquerque police data, last year 7% of stolen clothing and furs were recovered. Police found 13% of stolen guns.
So we wanted to know how the majority of bad guys managed to get away with it. So Jen French asked them, and what they had to say could save you from being a victim.
Gate 6.
To go inside a criminal's mind,
Gate 3 tower.
we had to go inside a prison. Raquel Rangel admits she has broken into dozens of homes.
How many times do you think you did that?
That's probably what I lived off of doing.
But we didn't just want to hear from Raquel. We wanted to get answers from as many break-in experts as possible. So we mailed more than 250 surveys to inmates and released convicts to learn how they target victims. The 24 convicts who wrote us back say a lot of us are making it too easy. 18% admitted they got through an unlocked window. 23% kicked in a door, and another 16% got in another way, like climbing on the roof.
They're easy to get in. The glass doors are sliding doors, so you just lift it up and slide it back.
But the real wake-up call from Raquel is about who gets targeted.
Yeah.
She would target someone, befriend them, and then call in her accomplices.
And say, can you take me to the store? Leave a back door open. When we're at the store, I make a phone call. Go ahead.
So what works to stop thieves? 40% said they avoided cameras, but 43% said cameras did not stop them. 17% said it depended on the circumstances.
If you can cut that wire before ahead of time, or if you can hit the camera from behind to face it a different way, then you're good.
Once inside the home, 62% of convicts said the bedroom was the first stop.
They would go straight to the master bedroom, of course, because that's where like the jewelry's at, the firearms, the most expensive stuff is always in the master bedroom.
How effective would you say are alarms?
Nah, they're nothing.
31% said they would be gone before police arrived. 65% said they would leave immediately. Many of us rely on man's best friend to sound the alarm against intruders.
We would usually feed the dogs some morphine and put them to sleep and then wait an hour or two and then go.
57% of respondents did not like dogs, but 43% said they didn't care about canines. Then we turned our attention to what happens after.
So once you got that big stuff, what'd you do with it?
You could take it straight to your dealer. You can take it straight to a pawn shop right away before it hits the screen that it's stolen.
How long did it take for it to show up as stolen?
You figure they go home, they call the cops. It takes, an hour, a little more than an hour for them to do a whole investigation of the house and the police report and stuff. So I'd say you have less than 2 hours to get rid of everything.
These are fast-moving criminal operations that cash in quickly. And where does that money go?
I was an addict. I was on drugs.
Raquel says she was addicted to meth and crack. And she's not alone. 42% admitted to us that a drug addiction was the primary reason why they burglarized someone.
The webs on me mean that I've been webbed into the house of pain.
Raquel's addiction caught up to her.
Kai's my son that's my co-defendant.
The reason why she's locked up now is because she and her son kidnapped, then killed a man while burglarizing his home.
And my son took the charge of second-degree murder so I wouldn't get life.
Her son, 25-year-old Malachi, is still serving time.
I took somebody's life, not just once, but twice,
How can people protect themselves?
From people like me, I don't think there's any protection from people like us. There's not.
Why do you say that?
You can shoot us, like you can be strapped and shoot us when we're in the middle of your house, but there's always going to be 1,000 more right behind us,
You said you didn't want to live that life ever again.
No, I don't. I don't want to wake up in the morning needing drugs. I don't want to wake up in the morning knowing that I have to go out there and set somebody up.
In 4 months, Raquel will be released after serving more than a decade. She plans on being a mortician when she's out. It will be her first job on the right side of the law. Jen French, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
Well, that convict paints a bleak picture, but the truth is there are things you can do to protect yourself. For example, the majority of convicts who responded to our survey stated that they target the master bedroom first. Now, police recommend placing valuables in other areas of your home, preferably in a permanent safe. And the convicts also report that silent alarms made them nervous because they never knew if police were on the way. And about the dogs, dog trainers always recommend crating your dogs when you're away, so that when they say they're safe and away from an intruder. And remember, police say it's so important to know your neighbors and create coalitions so that we can all look out for one another. To read the results of those surveys, head over to KOB.com.